Xbox. Tell you what, man, I am looking forward to the Indiana Jones reveal today. As much as I want to see like the footage for Avowed, like there's gonna be more Avowed stuff today, and there's some stuff that I don't even know anything about that's airing today. But what I really want to see is this the first ever game footage of the new Indiana Jones game, which I forget who's developing it, but Bethesda's publishing. It's gonna be good. It's gonna be good. I like Indiana Jones, so I really don't give a shit who's producing, who's directing, who's developing. I will publish it. Period. It's gonna be good. Hey, Chris, Ben. So now they're washing. You see this? They're cleaning each other now. Yeah, he attacked her in the morning, and now he's giving her a bath. Cats are weird, man. Everybody's waking up. They're ah. Hey, hey, hey. I may have to separate cats. They were fighting this morning. Everybody's upset because they've got to be inside because of the construction. And Smeagol just came over and woke up. Pippin was giving her a bath, and then she's like, "I've had enough," and she went "Wow," and she has a cut on her nose this morning because he swiped her. Avowed would be cool, says Babylonia. Shore says like see some Fable stuff. Babylonia says very much looking forward to playing Indiana Jones. Oh, I'm gonna be playing the shit out of Indiana Jones. I don't think it's gonna be a this year title though. It'll probably be a next year thing. Maduro says I haven't played any of Jones games since Last Crusade. I just played I think it was last year I did the Fate of Atlantis. Wasn't that early last year? Pretty sure it was early last year. I did a playthrough of the old LucasArts point and click game. If it wasn't like spring of last year, it was sometime in 2022. Hang on, I do got to separate cats here. All right. I don't think there's been a good Indiana Jones game for a long, long time. I do remember playing one. It had to have been on the Xbox because I remember playing it at my aunt and uncle's house in like it would have been 99 2000. There was an Xbox Indiana Jones game that I played that was really fun. Um, can't remember the name of it though. We'll go look it up now. Xbox. Are you gonna stay in here with him? Well, then be careful, because Pippin just was growling and fighting with Smeagol again. So don't put Frodo down if he's gonna be naughty. Xbox Indiana Jones. And the Emperor's Tomb, is that the one I'm thinking of? 2003? That sounds about right. Yeah, she's not happy with either of the boys right now, Chris. And she has the cut on her nose, so you might want to be careful of that. Yeah, I think that was the last one I ever played, like of the modern ones. Fate of Atlantis was a great game. It was a great game. She's not happy. Look at her nose right here. She got, she's on my hat now. Yeah. Hey, how close are we to live? We're still 8 minutes out. Hey, babe, can you move my pillow? I don't want Frodo on the pillow. You're not gonna move the pillow? Lego Indiana Jones. I didn't play that one. My brother might have. So, this is. I don't think I've ever watched a developer direct before. So, this is an Xbox. event. So I know in the description text it says we're gonna see an inside look at the high. Okay, let me read this. An inside look at some of the highly anticipated games coming to the Xbox Series X, S, PC, and Game Pass, presented by the game creators themselves. Tune in for updates on Avowed, Aura, History Untold, Senua's Saga Hellblade 2, and the Indiana Jones game. I only know of Senua's Sage Hellblade 2. I didn't play the first one, but I've seen video snippets and stuff and heard rave things about it. I have no clue what Aura History Untold is. Avowed, of course, I know what it is because I've been following this development for a long time. Um, and then, of course, we have the Indiana Jones. I don't know the rest of this stuff, so we're gonna wait and see. I'll tell you what, the Lego games have been really good over the years. I really wish you could still get. I don't think you can get them anymore, but because the license ran out. But the Lord of the Rings Legos games. So if you don't own those physically, I don't think you could buy them anymore. Um, whereas I just played. I think it was last year when it came to Game Pass. I played the Skywalker Saga. It's so good. Like, and my brother and his son, they played all the Lego games together since he was like 2 years old. Um, Frodo, hey buddy, leave her alone. But they've always loved the Lego games, and there's something there for adults and kids. What's up, Niels? All right. We're in the final 5 minutes here to the countdown. I actually just watched this morning. I guess yesterday was when the announcement went out. There's a game called I'm sure a lot of people know about it. I'm not that familiar with the franchise, but it's called Stalker. So Stalker 2, Heart of Chernobyl, I think is what it's called. Just had a new. It got pushed back again, but it has a new final release date, announcement trailer, everything. It was got confirmed for September 5th, and I didn't um haven't played the games before, so it's going to be interesting. I'm definitely looking forward to it. I watched a bunch of gameplay footage this morning, some of the trailers. I put out a reaction video, which will go live tomorrow morning at 7 a.m. Central. It genuinely looks interesting. I typically have a hard time with horror games, um, like jump scares and stuff. So we'll see if how I like it. But the gameplay looks genuinely fun, and it sounds like an interesting concept. I didn't play the first game, so I'm wondering if I might go back and play the first game at some point this summer. We'll see. Shar says, guessing we'll only be seeing games from the developers in the thumbnail. That is my understanding, correct. And if you read the description text on the video, as far as I understand, we're only getting updates on Avowed, Aura, Hellblade, and the Indiana Jones game, which are the four developers pictured in this thumbnail. Could be more, could be some surprise announcements, I don't know. But those are the ones. I'm really only here for Avowed and Indiana Jones. The rest of it, hey, I'm happy to sit here and react to it and watch it and everything else. But yeah, I'd really just want to know about Indiana Jones. And I need Avowed. I want a release date for Avowed because I need to know where the hell I can schedule this in. Also, Star Wars Outlaws. I need a date so I know where to schedule it in because it looks like I've already got September is going to be Stalker 2 unless like if Star Wars Outlaws launches the same time, Star Wars Outlaws gets my pick and then I'll play the other one later. Um, I don't know if you guys caught the stream this morning. I'm playing that new Prince of Persia game. Holy shit, it's hard. Like even on easy mode, like the timing, you have to be spot on with reactions and timing. And I'm old, and I typically play medicated, and oh my god, I was I was totally struggle busting after like 2.5 hours. I finally was like, you know what, guys, I gotta take a break. I had chores to do anyway because I was home alone this morning. But I went out and fed the chickens, took care of the cats, came back in, and spent like another 20 minutes and got past the part that I was like I could not get past on stream. It like 30 minutes of falling off the same ledge over and over and over. And I came back and I think I got it figured out now. I think I'm finally getting it figured out. But that game is actually the timing is critical, and I just don't have Twitch reflexes anymore. Um, I'm built for narrative games, not for Twitch games. But we'll see. The art style is so good, the music is good, the voiceover is good. I like the story so far. Not really. I mean, I wouldn't say that I'm not a fan, Bubbleonia, but I haven't played those styles of games in um I haven't played that style of games in sure 20 years since like the probably the Super Nintendo. Like I've always just gravitated more towards the um right, exactly. I played them back in the day when I was, 15 to 20 years old and my reflexes were like, really good. And now I'm old and I medicate way too frequently to to be any good at Twitch-based gameplay. Um but I like the story and everything, so I was like, I totally want. I love the movie they did. Chris and I have watched the film with Jake Gyllenhaal like 6 or 7 times. It's a fun movie. I don't care if it's this, that, or the other. It's just a fun film. Um, but I don't play those types of games very often. But it looked fun. It was only $50, so I was like, you know what? It's a cool January thing. It's 25 to 30 hours, so I can fit it into my January rotation. And just get something, something different, something to refresh in between, because I'm doing stuff for long periods of time, so it helps to have something that it could squeeze in. All right, I gotta shut up. We're going live. Hit the record button and full screen. Got my notebook ready. Let's go. Which one we getting first? What's the first one of the day? Well, we're getting avowed first and foremost. Hell yeah. I'm so glad this is the one they started off with. Pillars of Eternity 2, Deadfire. Such a good game. I'm excited about this game, guys. Like, so
Welcome
excited.
to Obsidian Entertainment. I'm so proud to share with you our upcoming fantasy action RPG, Avowed. Avowed is an adventure into the heart of the Living Lands. a frontier at the edge of the known world.
Looks
where
good.
you must put a stop to a mysterious spiritual plague and discover a secret at the heart of the living lands.
I freaking love it.
At Obsidian, we love creating worlds with deep themes, dynamic gameplay, and thoughtful reactivity. And Avowed is no different. We set out to blend the believable and fantastical to give players a world and experience like no other. It's colorful, it's vibrant, it's strange. It's one of the most incredible settings in the world of Aora. There's going to be a lot of great secrets to discover, one of which has a really personal connection to you as the player character, and you're going to have a great time getting to know those secrets and leaving your mark on the world. And when it comes to encounters, our combat brings the best of the moment-to-moment fun that comes with action-oriented gameplay and the depth and breadth of choice that you get with an RPG.
Wand and a sword. Oh,
Here
what
to
was
talk
that?
more about Avowed's combat is Gabriel Paramo, gameplay director.
All right, show me more,
Here
please.
at Obsidian, our team's overarching goal is to empower you with choice. So we developed a flexible combat system that allows you to quickly swap from spellcasting and sharpshooting to melee combat.
Oh,
we want to give you the
Wand.
freedom to mix and match your loadout to fit the way you want to play from moment to moment.
I'm loving the look of the
uninterrupted.
combat so far.
For all
Very
battles,
Skyrim
you can
style.
combine a variety
is it a
of weapons,
pistol?
attacks,
Fuck yeah,
and abilities
pistols
for
confirmed.
tactical advantages against a wide range of enemy
charged
types.
up the wand.
It's not just hacking and slashing. You're making real-time decisions about when to use your abilities.
So
Powerful
remember the
melee
pistols
attacks,
from
blocks,
Deadfire and stuff?
parries,
You could have a pistol and a rapier.
and special attacks.
Oh, that looks so good.
If you choose to approach combat with a one-handed wand, it feels quick and snappy when dealing damage to enemies at mid-range. Using the Tanglefoot ability, you can stop enemies in their tracks, giving you the opportunity to focus on weaker or tougher combatants in an intentional and controlled manner.
Phenomenal.
It's important to pay attention to the types of enemies you're dealing with. Some units are extremely defensive, some are brutishly difficult, and others you must make sure you prioritize or their healing capabilities will put you in a tough spot.
Sweet.
To help with the different encounters you will face, we provide customizable loadouts that can be quickly switched during combat.
The pistol.
That means you can play however you want. Equip a sword and shield and charge into battle. Dual-wield pistols
cool
and
charge.
control the encounter mid-range.
Dual-wield pistols.
Or even
What?
dual-wield wands to feel like a
Dual-wield
gunslinging
wands?
mage.
What?
You could use your enchanted wand to freeze enemies, and then use your offhand weapon's power attack to shatter them. We've worked hard to keep you constantly engaged as battles unfold by creating a balance
looks
between
phenomenal.
pressure and manageability during combat.
Players will have ample choices for how to build, and
Hang on, guys. I'm switching
players
over
will
to
have ample choices for
1920
how to
1080.
build
For some reason,
and
it was
progress
at 720.
their
I was like,
envoy in the world of the living
resolution wasn't
lands
the best.
as they get to know the game and the story and
defaulting to
explore the many
720.
diverse regions.
That
Some
looks
quests
much
in
better. There we
Avowed
go.
will have you make difficult decisions with profound consequences. Like this side quest you may encounter in Shatterscarp, the third region you'll explore on your journey through the living lands. As you're exploring, you come across the bodies of these fallen soldiers, and as you explore the remains of the battle, it's up to you to determine who, if anyone, is at fault.
Just the four of us. Manu, Kiri, Naoki, and me. Training under Captain Ruiki. Trying to keep Thirdborn safe.
In other words, you're a gang of vigilantes. Not that I'm one to judge.
Here. Take my
Old
badge.
Valeria
Take
accents.
everyone's. Our families deserve to know we fought and died for them.
Making the right choice isn't always what it seems. We embrace moral nuance and gray areas,
Yes.
trusting players to make tough decisions in
Obsidian has
complicated
always done great
situations.
storylines. So.
My squad and I rested in the cave by the water last night, and as we were sleeping, we were ambushed by those miserable Zorips. I was so surprised, and it was so dark. I just got separated from everyone else. Look, I can't face those monsters alone, but I have to know if anyone else made it out. Of course he did. Sergeant Asui never has a thought he won't say out loud. So what did he tell
It's
you?
Obsidian. I'm gonna buy it
That
no matter
Captain
what. I
Ruiki
play
was sick?
everything they produce.
That I was paranoid? That I was a dumb baby? I heard it all often and loudly. Wait, if you found Sergeant Asui, why is he not here with you? What happened?
At the end of the quest, you have a choice. When you confront Private Naoki, if you believe the story he's told you, you can hand over the badges and let him go back home.
You're right. Real battle isn't something you can prepare for, is it? It's not my fault. No, they should have never have camped in the cave. I'll take the badges. I'm going back to Thirdborn.
But if you confront him, if you believe that he fled the site of the battle as an act of cowardice, then he might challenge you to a fight to reclaim his honor. Either way, when you return to town, you'll see the consequences of your actions and the choices you made during this quest. Creating an immersive experience like Avowed is anchored in the world we build. Art director Matt Hansen and the team have worked to create a unique, colorful, and dynamic visual style.
From the outset, we knew that we wanted Avowed setting to feel rich, weird, and wonderful. We found inspiration in a wide swath of real-world cultures, helping us create a unique RPG experience. By contrasting the vibrant with the dull, or verdant spaces with sickly ones, we can better deliver complex emotional experiences for our players. The Living Lands is a continent of untamed valleys with widely varied biomes, from luxuriant forests to volcanic wastes. And each of those regions itself is a conflux of storied landscapes.
It's a completely different area that we've not seen before.
All of the regions have a lot of special things associated with them, but I have a deep place in my heart for Shatterscarp. As you're wandering the wastes of Shatterscarp, you might notice off in the distance a vibrant jewel of color. By transitioning from destitute, muted tones of a wasteland of sand and marching in towards a beautiful oasis, there's the opportunity there for life, for adventure, and even a little danger.
We hope you've enjoyed this look at Avowed. We're thrilled to share more about the game in the coming months, and we can't wait for you to explore the Living Lands when Avowed launches this fall.
All they said was fall. They still haven't, they have not announced the release date. They did say fall. So that's good to know that I can target the fall for my schedule. All right, so we know that that's coming in the fall. That's gonna be great. Okay, cool. I'm gonna need to, all it says is fall 24. Okay, perfect. Oh, I can't wait. All right, what's next? All right, next is gonna be Hellblade 2, right? Graphically, it looked like a cross between Outer Worlds and Skyrim. Yeah, I mean, but yeah. It's more of their Outer Worlds style.
Hi, I'm Don Matthews, studio head here at Ninja Theory in Cambridge, UK. We're now in the final months of development on Senua's Saga Hellblade 2, and the team is working hard to bring you an unforgettable journey into Senua's unique world and her battle for survival, where we have once again combined high fidelity and immersive presentation with a shorter, narrative-led experience that focuses on the things that we really care about, and that we hope you care about too.
Do you see how small you are? Do you see how the pitiless world stamps you down?
Senua is back with a new quest. She wants to stop the Vikings who raided her village right at their source, in Iceland. But not just her quest has changed. Senua herself has grown since the first Hellblade. She's made peace with her past and is no longer in such fear of her visions and voices. While the Furies are still her constant companions, she encounters new people along the way, some of which will value her unique perspective, and others who will reject it.
Little by little, this settlement became my tribe.
In the game, Senua arrives in 10th century Iceland on the trail of the Vikings who have been enslaving her people. In the story, we're trying to be as faithful to history as we can up to a point, establishing a solid framework and then building more surreal elements on top. Senua will face up to giants who have plunged the land into chaos, and which in turn has seen the rise of the Droiga, a violent threat that has swept through the settlements that she'll discover. Senua will make new enemies and also new allies who will come to see her unique perspective as a beacon of hope. And she'll discover, along with us, how this viewpoint can have its advantages.
I didn't play the first game. If I'm not mistaken, the first game was more about her having a psychotic break. than it was about what was really happening in the real world. I
Senua
don't
is
know.
a Celtic warrior who experiences psychosis, seeing things that other people don't, hearing voices, and having unique beliefs about the world around her.
Okay.
To bring Senua's perspective of the world to life in a truthful way, we have once again worked closely with Professor Paul Fletcher at the University of Cambridge, as well as people with lived experience of psychosis.
What does that mean? What does that mean? It's terrifying.
Players will find themselves traversing beautiful and hostile environments, seeking answers from patterns and signs that Senua sees in her own unique way, and battling through encounters with enemies that will push Senua to her limits.
On Saga, we've taken everything to the next level. With a new motion capture space, a bigger stage team, a stunt crew, and a new cast.
We spent a lot of time planning the motion capture shoots, thinking of what events would be good to bring into
love
this
cinematic
fight. Like,
storytelling.
how can we
This
make
is so
this
awesome
fight
to
feel
see the
different from the
behind-the-scenes
previous
stuff.
fight? We have all new combat for the sequel. One of our key goals was the ability to actually tell a story throughout it. It does feel very different from the first game, but it's very brutal and you're very invested in it. Senua isn't a superhero. She's fighting for survival, and we want the player to feel her struggle in every step of her journey. We want the player to always feel like they just scraped through,
Just as I
survived
actually
it.
enjoyed the first game, very creepy with the headset as you feel like you're hearing voices.
Mel knows Senua
I
better
don't
than
know
anyone, better
I don't
than
know
I
if I'll be able to
do.
handle that. I have
Her
such a
instincts
problem
are
with jump scare
amazing,
games.
and she really doesn't need much help from me. On stage, our main focus is storytelling. So I get
But this
to
does
watch
look
the actors
intriguing.
and see all the beautiful expressions on their faces. And then I have to wait a little while, and then I get to see that all again, in-game, in costume, on location, everything. It's a great experience, a great process.
Every discipline in the studio is unified in achieving a deep level of immersion to help suspend your disbelief and pull you into Senua's story. We were lucky enough to do a few reference gathering trips in Iceland. You have to be there. The sense of scale, everything is incredible. And you see a scene or you see a small section of the game and you're like, yeah, that works, that's amazing.
Senua experiences reality differently, and a part of this manifests in the voices she hears.
She will collapse. She will collapse.
These voices come to life through binaural audio, which provides a good representation of this type of auditory hallucinations. As we focus in immersion, binaural audio is perfect for this because through headphones, you surround yourself in a three-dimensional space. In the first game, we only applied to the voices that Senua listens in her head. In this game, through spatial audio technology and some extra little things within the game, there is music that is binaural. Every single sound has the potential to be binaural, so everything is spatialized around you, and it's a very beautiful experience.
That's pretty cool. That's gonna be creepy as hell, man. In other words,
music is a strange language in the
Don't-
sense that it speaks to our emotions.
you might not want to medicate
fast
before you play
and
this
deep.
game.
It's not only about quality, it's about personality. So
Or
when
maybe
you
you
listen
do.
to
Depends on
Hellblade,
how much of a journey
you know
you wanna
it's
take.
Hellblade. On the music, we are working with Heilung, which for me is a personal
Heilung is a
privilege
fucking
because I
amazing
really admire
band.
them.
If you've never seen their shows, these guys are
We feel
dope. Their
the
shows
craft,
are
their
amazing.
depth, their meaning in the music. It really connects with our game and elevates it to something
That's
really
so
special.
cool that they're doing music
We are
with
also
them.
working with a heavy metal singer, throat singers, and our very own purists.
But I actually
they
know
sing
Halo.
so
Like, they're a
beautiful,
great
and
band.
we add that binaural touch of music. So this all creates a very immersive and a very special and unique experience.
Now I'm more intrigued by this game now than I was going into it because I didn't know
Our
that
mission
much
here
about
at
it.
Ninja Theory is to craft life-changing art with game-changing tech. And that's our aim in Senua Saga Hellblade 2, is to not only see where Senua goes next, but to deliver something really meaningful for our players.
My hope is that they will really connect to Senua as a character, and even if they can't really relate to what she's going through, maybe they know someone that relates to that character and they can then understand that person better.
Well, I don't want to sound cheesy, but in a way I'm Senua, right? she exists and doesn't. It exists through all of our work, through every ninja. So we all are Senua, and we are creating this character that grows and grows and grows and grows and keep growing and keep changing. So that makes it real.
I'm so proud of the love, care and passion our team here at Ninja Theory are putting into Senua's Saga Hellblade 2. Our hope is to not only create a game that is great to play, but to craft an experience that leaves you thinking and feeling. From our combat gameplay through to our action set pieces, from our cinematic scenes to our puzzle solving, everything is crafted in service of Senua's journey. A journey that you can embark on May 21st.
I might have to squeeze this in. May 21st. I don't have anything launching around that time that I know of yet. I might be able to. I'm definitely gonna have to see about. I'm gonna check my schedule and see how I can fit all this in. But it sounds like I need to play the first one if it's on Game Pass. See, they are gonna sneak a special one in. They're sneaking a special one in. See, this wasn't on the docket. Something from Square Enix. What do we got here?
Greetings, Xbox players. My name is Masaru Oyamada, producer for the Mana series here at Square
Mana
Enix.
series.
聖剣伝説 Visions of Mana の情報を
Visions of Mana
Xbox ユーザーの皆さんにいち早くお伝えできる機会をいただけて大変光栄です。
like a
コンソール
cozy
ゲームとして
little
は約17年ぶりとなる聖剣伝説シリーズの完全新作。聖剣伝説シリーズは1991年に
Began as
ファイナ
Final
ルファンタジ
Fantasy
ー外
Adventure
伝
back
と
in
して誕生して以降、
1991.
マナと聖剣をめぐって描かれる愛をテーマに個性豊かなキャラクターたち、心に響く楽曲の数々、武器
Sebastian
の
says
特
I
性を生か
finished
し
the
て
first
戦
game in
う
one
アクション
sitting, so it's
RPG と
not
し
long
て
at all.
これまでに
Joe says it's
17
less
作
than
発
20
売され
hours.
長らく
Perfect.
愛されてきました
By
本
the way, we're
作は
talking about, for those of you
30
watching
年
right
以
now,
上
we're
の
talking about the
歴
first
史ある
Senua
シリーズ
game.
の
So
最
I'm
新
going to
作と
try
なるた
to
め
slot that in
これま
somewhere.
で培われてきた聖剣伝説としての世界をしっかり感じられるものを目指して鋭意制作中です
Probably right after I do Dragon's
フ
Dogma
ィールドで
2,
は自然
I'll
や
do
精霊と
Senua
のつながり
1
を
and
感
then
じられ
roll
る
right into
色彩
Senua
豊かな
2.
聖剣伝説の世界を体験してもらえると思います
That would work. Let me put that on
シ
my
リーズおな
calendar.
じみのモンスターたちも本作に登場しています
Oh, we got some lag going on. I wonder if that's internet related or their presentation related. It's not my internet, so it's their... I think it's their presentation is bugging out right now. Technical difficulties. I don't think it's my internet. I'm looking at everything. Looks
今
good.
回これらの
Here, I'm gonna drop this down to auto and see what it does.
にイメージができていたものもあります。今作では、はじめはドット絵からスタートしたモンスターたちをどのような形で最新化して聖剣伝説ビジョンズ・オブ・マナに落とし込むか、デザインの方向性からモデルの完成イメージまでを監修する立場でプロジェクトに参加しました。聖剣伝説ファイナルファンタジー外伝を作っていた頃から、自分の頭の中ではモンスターたちは立体的に生き生きと動いて、これまで自分が携わった作品ではそれらをどうやって当時の技術で表現できるかにこだわって作ってきました。最新作では聖剣伝説のモンスターたちのただ可愛いだけではなく恐ろしさの部分もしっかりと表現できているので、バトル中はモンスターたちの表情にも注目してください。
これまで聖剣伝説シリーズには空を旅する海を渡る手助けをしてくれる頼もしい仲間たちがいましたが、今作には広大なフィールド探検に欠かせない新たな仲間が登場します。
So this is definitely going to be for people who love Final Fantasy. I'm not a huge Final Fantasy fan, so I don't know how much this game is going to interest me.
新たな仲間を考えるにあたっては、今作のマスコットキャラクターになるくらい可愛い動物。
See if we can get back to 1920 by 1080.
動物にしたいという漠然とした思いがありました。その上で、ヨークシャテリアの毛並み、見た目やアルマジルによく似た仙山港や古代エジプト神のアヌビスの子供といった具体的なイメージが浮かんできて、それぞれの特徴を取り入れながらラフデザインを書き起こしました。デザイナーにもアイデアを出してもらいながら、足の長さや丸まった時のイメージなど、ゲームの中での見え方も考えながら調整を重ねていき、ピックルは誕生しました。
もう一つの挑戦は楽曲面です。過去さまざまなコンポーザーが携わられた楽曲の雰囲気が感じられつつも、最新作として素晴らしい新たな楽曲が生まれました。 BGM でもしっかり聖剣伝説シリーズらしさを感じてもらえると思います。過去シリーズの楽曲を手掛けたクリエイターたちが全100曲という大ボリュームの制作に挑んでくれました。新たな試みとしてフィールドの探索からバトルまでをシームレスに体験できるよう、今作ではインタラクティブミュージックを導入しており、冒険の没入感を高めてくれます。探索中の BGM がバトルに入った瞬間、アレンジが切り替わる様を実際に聞いてみましょう。今作はアクション RPG 聖剣伝説のアクション部分が強化されています。空中でのアクションがバトルの鍵となっており、武器での攻撃だけでなく魔法での攻撃も可能になっています。そして本作ならではの特徴として聖剣伝説シリーズではおなじみの精霊たちがいますが、その力を宿した武器を使うとバトルを手助けしてくれるようになります。精霊によっては様々な特性の違いがありますので、その効果とともに聖剣伝説の世界らしい不思議な力で爽快なバトルを楽しんでいただけます。
オリジナルモンスターやピックリにも注目してほしいのですが、聖剣伝説ビジョンズ・オブ・マナは聖剣伝説らしさを感じてもらえる作品になるよう、小山田君を中心にチームのみんなが頑張って作ってくれていますので、ぜひ発売日を楽しみに待っていてください。私自身もプレイするのを楽しみにしています。
聖剣伝説シリーズとして初めて Xbox ユーザーの皆さんにお届けする本作聖剣伝説ビジョンズ・オブ・マナは今後も様々な情報をお届けしていきますので、ぜひご期待ください。この夏、この忘れられない冒険を Xbox ユーザーの皆さんに楽しんでいただける日が今から待ちきれません。
Okay, so sometime this summer. Okay. So that was an unexpected, they didn't have that one on the thumbnail, so they snuck that one in. This is the one I know nothing about. I know nothing about this game at all. I've never even heard of it.
Hello, and welcome to Oxide Games. We founded the studio in 2013 with our decades of personal experience building some of the most beloved strategy games of all time, like Civilization V. We came together to create something new and innovative in a genre we all love. Ara History Untold is the game we've dreamt of making.
Ara
is an homage to historical gamers, strategy gamers, 4X gamers. It features all the depth and gameplay fans of this genre love, where you'll explore the world, expand your nation, govern your people, and engage with your rivals on the international stage. But it isn't just more of the same. With Ara, we wanted to challenge some of the preconceived notions about the genre, push it forward in a modern, empowering, and truly compelling and approachable way.
For example, we have over 100 instruments on display in the office, which are all things that we purchased in order to add to the soundtrack and expand the game and make it really good. Hi, Dan. That's Dan. We started in his basement. It's been an amazing process to see from concept to completion. We started small, building a robust game engine, questioning our design assumptions, and prototyping out features, rediscovering what made us fall in love with strategy games in the first place.
The end result is Ara, the historical grand strategy game that presents a living world where you can rule how you want to rule and chart your own path to becoming the most prestigious nation on the planet.
For Ara, we knew we needed deep systems with outcomes that encourage exploration and give players the power to experiment and make meaningful strategic choices while still having agency over their playstyle.
We also wanted to explore more in different parts of history and give players from around the world the chance to see the game reflect their unique perspective and not just ours.
And finally, we knew that for players to feel the impact of their decisions, they would need to see their choices reflected in the game world itself, not just through numbers on a menu.
Okay.
One of the first differences you'll see when you dive into Ara is what we call the living world. It's a procedurally generated alternate Earth, bursting with life, an intuitive, authentic, and immersive space, a blank canvas for players to paint the society of their dreams.
The living world isn't just a
that
map.
she wants to be a
It
lap
reflects
kitty
the
right now.
choices
She's trying to
players
bite
make over
my
the course of the
headset
game.
cable.
They can see
No, honey, I
everything
just
from the
bought this
settling
one
of the
because your brother
wilderness to
destroyed the other
cultural influence on architecture over time to the thousands of citizens living their lives and reacting to the changes. We want players to feel like they're truly occupying the world, leading their people as they thrive and grow. Core to the vision of Ara is our philosophy of rule how you want to rule. And no feature better exemplifies this than the prestige system.
To win a game of Ara, players will compete with their rivals to build the most
Thought it was a
influential,
duck.
impressive,
No, it's
and
Pippin.
important
She's
nation the world has ever known. This is measured by prestige,
waking
the
up
player's
and-
score that proves their worth as a leader.
She probably wants to go
The
outside.
prestige
Usually what
system
they'll do
gives
is they'll
players
come
the chance to decide
give
what
Dad
kind of leader they want to
biscuits
be.
and hugs
Do
for
they want to
5
pursue
minutes,
great
and then
works
they'll
of
start
arts and
crying and go out.
culture? Military might. Scientific advancement. The choice is theirs. In Ara, there are no set victory conditions. Players get to decide what is most important to them and focus and prioritize on those goals while still being able to win the game.
Personally, when I play Ara, I like to build triumphs. Triumphs are our collection of incredible
out before the
monuments and
Indiana
architectural
Jones trailer,
achievements
because
from
I don't
throughout
wanna have
human
to be
history.
uninterrupted.
Like the Great Pyramid of Giza.
asking to go
They're
out
hard to build, but worth it, giving huge prestige bonuses and game-changing abilities to the nation that constructs them.
Another aspect of Ara
Chris.
that I'm personally excited about is our crafting system.
The crafting system offers a unique challenge to the player that they generally won't see often in the 4X genre. Succeeding at balancing, gathering the right things, turning them into the tools that you need, and then finally getting to the outcome or reward of something like an important improvement or triumph just changes the challenge that exists in Ara compared to other 4X games.
Crafting plays out in Ara at a national scale, with players honing and combining the natural resources they harvest into all manner of goods and components. Those are the foundation for everything, from international trade to improving their cities and citizens' lives, and even manufacturing the weapons necessary to draft military units. The crafting system in Ara encourages thoughtful, advanced planning. It rewards players who can see the strategic outcome of all their collective decisions, and not just the individual ones.
I'm proud of the work that's gone into our simultaneous turn system. Many strategy games have players alternate taking turns and reacting to their opponent's moves. In Ara, all players' actions are resolved at the same time. This rewards players' ability to navigate uncertainty, to predict and strategically plan for a variety of scenarios in the moment. This system makes Ara just feel more real. In a typical strategy game, once your turn is finished, you have to wait for a long time. With simultaneous turns, generally speaking, those times are very low. You get to keep playing the game and stay engaged rather than having those periods of downtime where you're not doing anything.
It's not easy sifting through all of history and picking what to include. For Ara, we wanted to offer a fresh perspective, so we looked at cultures and societies throughout the millennia with the broadest lens possible.
Where this approach really shines is in our leaders. Leaders are so often seen as military personnel or prominent government figures, but leaders come in so many different forms. They're thought leaders, scientific and cultural prodigies, and many more.
Each leader in Ara has a number of special abilities determined by their personality traits, as well as a powerful and unique leader trait informed by their contributions to world history.
With a diverse global roster, we know players will find leaders that they will want to play. And even a few that may surprise them with how fun it is when those leaders are handed the reins of power.
For us at Oxide, player feedback is the only way to really understand what you're making. It gives us that priceless perspective from the people we're making Aura for.
Not gonna lie, that's
Building the game alongside real players has given us that critical player feedback. In the end, we believe this makes for a deeper connection between the players and the game.
One of my favorite examples is when we first introduced the concept of dangerous wildlife to the game. It turns out, in our first iteration, it was maybe a little bit too aggressive or disruptive. We knew we should probably make a change when one of our insiders made a forum post that was just,
"Cougars, cougars,
cougars, I hate cougars!"
Someone get these feline demons away from me. I'm happy to report, based on more recent feedback, that I think we ended up in a good place with the overall threat level of mountain lions to a player's citizenry.
It's been years of hard work to bring you a strategy experience like no other. And we're so excited that we can finally see the finish line. We can't wait for players to get their hands on the game later this year.
But the launch of Aura is only the beginning. We are going to maintain our insider program after the release date and continue to listen to players and support the game into the future.
On behalf of everyone at Oxide Games, thank you for joining us today. We can't wait for you to play Aura and to create your own history.
Any other unannounced ones on the docket, or are we going to the Indiana Jones one next? Oh, we're doing Indiana Jones. It's time for Indiana Jones, baby. Indiana Jones. This is the one I was excited for. Probably more than Avowed. I love Avowed, but I love Indiana Jones more than I love Avowed.
Hej och välkommen till Uppsala, Sverige, här hos Machine Games. We are really excited to finally be able to share our work on Indiana Jones.
Yeah.
Since the first film came out, Indiana Jones has always represented the ultimate adventure. Even today, it's one of the most iconic franchises in pop culture. In this game, you aren't just playing as Indy, you are Indiana Jones.
Yeah, baby.
You will see through his eyes and experience a journey that we hope lives up to the proud legacy of Indiana Jones.
Oh, I have no doubt. I'm gonna
When
have fun.
Todd Howard first told us about his vision for the game, we knew we would be a very good fit to help bring it to life.
I've wanted to make an Indiana Jones game forever. I'd had this idea for what it would be like and the story, what Indy was going after, what period of his life it was in, what kind of arc he was going to have. And as the years went on, I thought, who would be like the best studio in the world to make this? And it was my friends at Machine Games. I can remember pitching Lucasfilm on the game and being, a little bit nervous because, look, it's, Indiana Jones, and their response was just overwhelmingly positive, and just that excitement has bled through the whole project.
That's awesome.
And they have just been so trusting and supportive of everything that we want to do with the game. It's been a long time. I've been a fan of this my whole life, and I couldn't be more excited to show you what the team here has been up to.
Come on!
Let's
Give me
take
the
our first
gameplay
look
reveal.
at the new Indiana Jones game.
Gameplay reveal. Gameplay reveal.
Let me tell you what you are missing, Dr. Jones. While you were playing your pointless game, I was playing you. You're wondering if maybe you should have built yourself a life of meaning instead of ending up here, dead and forgotten.
Is he buried up to his neck in the sand?
Of Africa.
Sands of Africa, okay. Yeah, baby! I love it. I can't wait. Indiana fucking Jones, baby. Oh, it looks so good!
Myths. History. Just different ways to interpret the past.
Oh, supernatural. I love it. Is that
Thousands of years of humanity's thoughts and beliefs, scattered and buried.
Puzzles.
Just waiting.
Puzzles, baby.
To be found.
You can't just run away from your problems, Indiana.
Watch me.
Nice.
Throughout history, mankind has built sites of great spiritual significance. If you were to draw a line through these ancient sites around the globe, you get a perfectly aligned circle.
I love the first-person gameplay. Punchy.
I've had run-ins with these guys
whips.
before.
You get the whip.
Trust
you
me.
got pistol. You've got.
It ain't a walk
fists.
in the park.
Okay, then. Let's see if you can keep up.
What do you mean if I could keep up?
Yeah!
Patron of the fallen angels.
Oh, it's gonna be so good.
Protector of the
dead?
Circulimani. The Great Circle.
Indiana Jones, baby, and the Great Circle.
You have any idea how old that was?
Do I have a release window at least? Please tell us a release window. It doesn't have
Indiana
to be this year's.
Jones is such an iconic character, and he means so much to so many people.
Everyone here at the studio has their own indie stories and memories. Most of us grew up with his adventures and have been fans of the movies and the character for years.
He's a brilliant archaeologist, he's a charismatic everyman, he's passionate and determined. And for us, he's synonymous with adventure.
Now we have the opportunity to tell a new Indiana Jones story for a modern gaming audience. Our game is all about putting you in Indy's shoes, letting you see and feel what he sees and feels. For us at Machine Games, we do that best through first person. It's the ideal perspective to bring you into the rich, exciting, and interactive world.
I'm okay with that. I like first person.
We believe
for
that being
immersion.
up close and personal to the adventure is key, making each action feel like your own.
Oh, it's gonna be so good. I'm gonna have so much fun in this
Whether
game.
it's cracking your whip, solving puzzles in ancient temples, or seeing your knuckles go bloody in a fistfight, all of these moments are much more intense in first person.
But we still want you to have those moments. Seeing his iconic silhouette with the hat and the whip.
Yes, we're gonna
and
have
so for
cinematic
things like cutscenes and environmental traversal, we pull the camera back for a third-person view.
Nice.
Indiana Jones and the Great Circle is set between Raiders of the Lost Ark and The Last Crusade.
When our game begins, Indiana is working at Marshall College.
Yeah.
He wakes up in the middle of the night to the sounds of a break-in and rushes to confront the thief in the college museum. The mysterious giant of a man makes off with what seems to be a historically insignificant artifact, sparking Indiana's curiosity.
Who the hell are you?
Following the trail, Indiana heads to the Vatican, hoping to learn why this particular relic was stolen, and discovers that things aren't what they appear.
He starts pulling at the strings of a mystery, and it all unravels until he has no choice but to see it through to the end, whatever the end may be.
Oh.
On next plane to Rome. Stop. Need help. Stop.
I got my goosebumps, man. It makes me feel like a kid again. Man, I want to go rewatch.
We always talk about how clever Indiana Jones is. That had to be one of our guiding principles when we were thinking about the type of game we were making. It wouldn't be indie if he wasn't using his wits to get through the situation.
Puzzles, baby.
The most authentic Indiana Jones experience we can make is the one that makes you think first.
Getting the hang of this.
Sure, there will be some obstacles that will be more easily overcome with the revolver or a gun taken from a disarmed guard. But I think most of the time you'll have more fun, and to be honest, a more genuine indie experience by finding more clever ways to solve a problem.
We always want to be offering more solutions, whether it's trying a different path through the environment to get around enemies, observing enemy patrols and using them to your advantage, or using the tools at your disposal, like the whip.
It's an amazing global adventure, with action propelling you through your journey.
We have these really diverse environments for you to explore. Indy's journey will take him to the forgotten temples of Sukhothai, the pyramids of Egypt, the snow-peaked Himalayas, and beyond.
We look carefully at each location and the time period the game is set in, and we're trying to make it as authentic and accurate as possible.
We love creating rich, vibrant worlds, and in this game, we also had the goal of making it feel like a true cinematic Indiana Jones
looks
adventure.
amazing.
One of the biggest ways to do that is with the music. John Williams is the original composer for the indie films, and we're really lucky to have found Gordy Hub, a composer who's been able to capture Williams' essence with his score for The Great Circle.
Sounds good.
We also take a very movie-like approach to things like cinematics. We're very physical with our production style. We use a lot of stunt actors. Things like this help us bridge the gap between making a game and making a movie.
And of course, our characters do a lot to help bring the world to life as well. Next to Indy, Gina is our other main protagonist. Where Indy is pursuing answers just for the sake of curiosity, Gina has a personal stake in getting to the bottom of the core mystery.
Okay.
Gina is an investigative reporter who has a lot riding on this adventure. She's been tracking a lead for some time, and now she's found an ally in this determined American professor. Their paths are intertwined, and they'll need each other in order to get to the bottom of this mystery.
Okay, then. Let's see if you can keep up.
Fine. What do you mean if I can keep up?
We always love our villains and think we might have found our favorite one yet in Emmerich Voss.
Nice.
He's this intensely psychological man. He's obsessed with the human mind and manipulating it.
He's highly intelligent and the perfect foil for Indy. They're both brilliant people, compelled by their passions and obsessions, but driven down wildly different roads.
He creeps up on you and gets under your skin like he gets under Indy's skin. It's captivating.
Dead and forgotten in the sense of Africa.
One of our mottos for Indiana Jones and the Great Circle is adventure first. But in every indie adventure, there are always those moments where he finds himself in the action.
That's been one of those balancing acts for us, and we've ended up with this sort of hybrid experience that mixes melee combat, stealth, and gunplay.
How you approach any given situation is up to you. You may choose to sneak around an enemy patrol, or maybe you'll just pick up a shovel and whack them on the back of their head.
Bonk!
And when you can't use your wits, you got Indy's most iconic tool.
The whip, baby.
Just like you see in the movies, one of our goals has been to make the whip as fun and multi-purposed as possible. We want it integrated into every aspect of the game.
You can use it as a traversal tool to make your way around the environment.
Oh, yeah, baby.
You can use it as a distraction.
Sorry, Lucas, did I wake you up, buddy?
And yes,
excited,
you
I'm
can
sorry.
absolutely use it in combat. Everything you'd expect from Indy's whip, and hopefully a little bit more. Puzzles are a key feature in our game. The spirit of discovery is so important to Indiana Jones. Obviously, there are a handful of puzzles on the main path, but a lot of the puzzles are optional and are just there for the players who want to experience them. Epic traps, small secrets, and hidden puzzles that blend right in with their surroundings.
One thing I love about our game is the level of interactivity that we have. We have this world of mystery where anything could potentially hide a secret. The more you look, the more you'll discover.
There's always a trap, man.
Oh, you gotta be kidding me.
Yep, stash
I want
it
to
and go,
thank
buddy.
you all for joining us for our big reveal of Indiana Jones and the Great Circle.
Oh, it's phenomenal.
Machine Games is known for creating these roller coaster experiences with huge set pieces, surprising twists, and immersive narratives. It's exciting for us that we have been able to stay so true to the Indiana Jones franchise and create
looks
such
good.
an authentic experience while still being able to showcase what makes us us. We are making a game for everyone, whether you are very familiar with the franchise or not. Because at the heart of Indiana Jones is an incredible adventure, and I think that's something everyone wants to be part of. I'm also very excited to announce that Indiana Jones and the Great Circle will be coming later this year.
Oh, it's a this year
And we cannot
release.
wait to share more soon.
Fall 2024? So you can say fall or winter? Man, I'm gonna have a busy fall/winter this year. Avowed. Indiana Jones, Stalker 2. All are like fall releases. Still don't know when Star Wars Outlaws is releasing either. All it says is 2024, so we don't know. If I had to bet though, it's gonna be fall, winter. I just need to know when Star Wars Outlaws is gonna release, and Fable, because those two games are the ones that I don't know release dates for yet. Are they gonna? Do we have another one? Is that gonna be it? I think that's a wrap. That's a wrap on that. Yeah, Joe, I'm a big fan of it. I like the way they did it in like Cyberpunk. So I think that looks.
Is it animals, children, and game developers?
Our mission here at Ninja Theory is to craft life-changing art with game-changing tech.
Core to the vision of Ara is our philosophy of rule how you want to rule.
Yeah, these are all 2024 releases. It's great.
Stay happy.
Creating an immersive experience like Avowed is anchored in the world we build.
You aren't just playing as Indy, you are Indiana Jones.
My name is Masaru Oyamada. 今作はアクション RPG 聖剣伝説のアクション部分が強化されています。
The best part about this for me is they're all Xbox titles. So I'm gonna get my money's worth out of my Series X, man. Cool. Well, that was a nice little presentation. I am going to go cut the reaction to the Indiana Jones trailer really quick. Looks like they're doing an Elder Scrolls reveal. I'm not into that, so I'm not gonna go. But I am gonna go cut the trailer for Indiana Jones out to put up this afternoon here pretty quick. I'll get that out in the next 20-30 minutes. The rest of these videos, I'm gonna cut these out into individual segments for tomorrow. So we'll have one on Avowed, one on Hellblade 2, and the whole Indiana Jones presentation. So make sure to stick around for those tomorrow, everybody. I will be live again tomorrow morning at 8 a.m. Central, continuing the Prince of Persia Lost Crown review. Photoman says I'll have more games to play on my Series X as well. Yeah. Joe says I wish Cyberpunk had more cutscenes where you saw V. It would be cool. Yeah. All right, folks. Thanks for hanging out with me this afternoon. It was a rarity just jumping on the afternoon to cover some news. I'm going to head out. I got to go have lunch and dinner with my niece and my wife, celebrate her college stuff and my birthday that happened a couple days ago. So I'll see everybody tomorrow. Thanks so much.